Hello everybody, my name is Leo and with this video I would like to do something different and I think pretty unique. We'll check out which amp modeling pedalboard is the best selling unit in the market. Let's start! You know that in my channel we make a lot of reviews and video comparisons between amp modeling pedalboards, and I have here in my studio many of these units. But since few days I had the question resonating in my head. Which unit is actually performing better in terms of sales? Obviously this is not a complete indicator of how good or bad is a unit, but for instance tells us how well a unit has been received by the guitar community or which company has used the best marketing strategies. First of all, I have searched for amp modeling pedalboards sales ranking in the web, and I ended up with two sources of information that provide us with pretty different results, but still interesting in my opinion. The two sources are Thomann, which is I think a very well known and established seller, and Reverb, which is maybe the biggest website in terms of second-hand gear. One limit of the Thomann research is that we don't have Fractal products, as they don't sell via standard sellers, even if they are included in the Reverb list in terms of used gear. For instance, as we will see, the Reverb list contains the Fractal FM3. Let's now share the list of the first 15 amp modeling pedalboards for Thomann. This should be the rank referred to the daily sales taking into account availability. Furthermore, I have removed from this list products that to me are not amp modeling pedalboards, and I have also removed bundles including products already in the list. Therefore, I have removed, for instance, the Eventide H90, the Zoom Multistomp MS70, the Behringer FX 600, two Quad Cortex bundles and a Kemper bundle. So let's share the list. In position 15 we have the Hot Tone Ampero, followed by the NUX MG30, then the Boss ME80, which is very surprising considering the age of this machine. Then we have the Valiton GP200, the Zoom G1X4 that should be replaced by the G2X4 that I have just reviewed in the channel. Then we have a bunch of Line6 products with the HX Stomp XL, Helix LT, Helix Floor, PodGo and PodGo Wireless. It's impressive how many Line6 products we have in this list, honestly. Then we have the Kemper Stage, the Boss GX100, the HX Stomp, the Harley Benton DNA FX, which is pretty surprising considering that it's a clone of a Moore G150 and there are no Moore products in this list. And in first position, suspense, there is the Neural DSP Quad Cortex. Obviously, you have to take this ranking with a grain of salt, as recently released products may have an advantage in this daily ranking. But if we take a look at the Thomann top 50 best-selling products of the past 30 days from all the categories, we can notice that the first amp modeling pedalboard is the Quad Cortex, which is in position 16, moving from position 12. In this ranking, the best-selling product is actually a drum set, which is the Millennium MPS 850. Pretty interesting. I never thought that a drum set would have been in first position. Nevertheless, this ranking confirms that the Quad Cortex is a very well-selling unit. In fact, in the top 50 positions, no other amp modeling pedalboard is included. And this means that the Quad Cortex is selling much better compared to other units. And now let's share the reverb list. First of all, this is a ranking referred to the whole 2022, and I think it includes used gear and not only new one. Therefore, it's gonna be pretty different from the Thomann list. I have removed from the list the HX effect, as it does not have amp simulations, the Fender Mustang Micro, the DSM and the Waza Air, as they don't have foot switches. In the last position we have the Pod HD, pretty surprising. Then the Headrush pedalboard with the orange Terror Stomp. Then the Camper Stage, then the Universal Audio Ruby. The next in the list is the Quad Cortex. Pretty interesting compared to the Thomann ranking. Then we have the Headrush MX5, the HX Stomp XL, then the Fractal FM3. This is interesting considering that the FM3 is included in this list only for second-hand units, in my opinion. And therefore in this list is penalized, as we don't have the actual selling numbers from Fractal. Then we have the Helix LT, the Dream 65, the Walrus Mako, the Podgo. In third position we have the Helix Floor, and in second the Strymon Iridium. Now, which is the most best-selling unit in 2022 for reverb? Well, the Line6 HX Stomp. Very interesting. Let's now share some considerations. First of all, I'm impressed by how well are still selling very old units like the Boss ME80. And it is well selling brand new and not as a second-hand occasion. It's interesting because the ME80 has many tactile knobs. Therefore, this could be an interesting approach to follow even for brand new pedalboards. Then I would mention that in the Thomann list the G5N is selling better than newer unit like the G11 or the G6. Then Line6 has many products in this list. Therefore, their philosophy of producing many different form factors of the same unit is maybe a good approach. Then it was very surprising for me that the price point is not a selecting factor. I mean, the order of these units in both the Thomann and Reverb ranking has no relation at all with the price. For instance, in the first three positions for the Reverb ranking we have three pretty different price points. But also the Thomann ranking has the first three positions occupied with products with very different price point. Maybe these tell us that the amp modeling market has become a pretty mature market where guitarists make decisions based on what they actually need, not considering only the price. And another consideration is that actually the guitarist community is pretty keen to spend a lot of money in order to have the best unit possible. In fact, the Quad Cortex is pretty expensive. Another surprising thing is that we don't have any more products in this list, which is kind of surprising, or maybe derived from the fact that Moore is not releasing amp modeling pedalboards since a long time, as they are maybe focusing on audio interfaces and guitars. Even if we have the Harley Benton DNA in the Thomann list, which, as you know, is a rebranded version of the Moore G150, and this is kind of surprising for me. Finally, on the new market, the Quad Cortex seems a great success, as it is the only amp modeling pedalboard ranked in the top 50 best-selling products among all the Thomann musical instruments. That is very surprising considering that this unit is not cheap at all, as I was saying previously. Well, very interesting, and please let me know in the comment section below what do you think about this ranking, if it is surprising or not and why. And if you have found the information valuable and you want more videos about this topic in future. We have now reached the end of this video, hope you enjoyed, and if you did it, please subscribe to my channel, ring the notification bell and leave a thumb up, as it would be of a great help. If you're interested in my IRs, you can check out the link in the card above or description below, where there is also a playlist of songs of mine. Furthermore, if you are in the market for an amp modeling pedalboard or for any gear, you can check out the link in the card above, and if you decide to buy something, I get some commissions, and actually you don't spend anything more, but you're gonna greatly help the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and see you soon in the next video. Bye bye!